Excuse me. Welcome to South Asia. This is your facilitator J. Reddy, South Asia Educational Channel, South Asia in Maps. We look at in-depth understanding of geographical, cultural and historical events through the maps, icons and images. Excuse me. Today we will continue our fascinating journey. The fascinating journey of Punjab. There is only one region on the planet Earth that fascinates me so much, like Punjab. And after this series of presentations, I try to convince you about the fascination of Punjab, its history, geography, culture, language, religion, and as a spearhead of Islam pointed towards the Kafiri land and also throughout the world, its ideological implications. When we discuss about Punjab, you will see I will be talking about a lot of geographical locations. If you do not have a broader idea of locations, let's say when you talk about Mianwali or Kushab or Atok or Bawalpur or Maithankot, Rawalpindi or Chekwal or in Gurgaon or in Hisar or Bhiwani or in case of Bathinda or Mansa or Ludhiana or Ambala or Kangra, Lahul and Spiti or Chamba and so on, you may be lost what we are talking about. So I have made this presentation so that it is not possible to know every geographical point in any territory. At least you should have a broader idea. The broader idea is about a district in general. So Punjab has a British Punjab, now has a West Punjab, then Purbi Punjab, East Punjab, and south of Gaggar River we have Haryana, that is Haryanvi speaking area, and the mountainous Himachal Pahadi speaking areas and so on. And I have taken the British Punjab that existed from 1849 to 1947, almost 98 to 100 years and so on. At that time, the number of the districts in Punjab was far less, but I have overlaid these districts after Pakistan formation and further trifurcations and so on. That means once you remember these 57 or nearly 60 districts and so on, in the future presentations at Punjab, you will be very confident and authoritative to know what we are talking about, or even you can articulate your friends in the normal conversations. That is the purpose of this presentation. In Punjab geography, around about 57 districts. We have West Punjab here, and we have today's Purbi Punjab here, East Punjab. We have a Punjab that is south of Gaggar, Hakra rivers here, and we have Punjab that is predominantly Pahadi speaking or mountainous territory. We also have Punjab. This is also Punjab, that is frontier province or northwest frontier province at that time called Maharaja Ranjit Singh conquered it, and the British as legatees of the Khalsa Raj, when they annexed in 1949 March, they got it. So we have a frontier province or Peshawar province called Pakhtunkhwa, and adjoining tribal areas or federally administered tribal areas are called FATA in Pakistan today, FATA. So we'll talk about all these things in general. That's what I am going to discuss today, and it will be a little bigger presentation, and you have to keep patience, and as you know that my presentations are very deep, and because we try to bring a deeper knowledge about South Asia to our audience. It's not like you open a Punjab within 5 minutes we'll see all the Doabs like Sagar Doab or Chaj Doab, Rechna Doab, Bari Doab, Bist Doab. You are done. This is not like that. So this is made with a specific goal and idea in mind. That is, I would like to bring my 4 decades of thorough, deeper understanding of my studentship of Indian studies or South Asian studies. Let's start over the British Punjab. This is how the British Punjab look like. Once you know a British Punjab that is a lot lesser districts, now you know the modern 4 Punjabs or 2 Punjabs, West Punjab, East Punjab, north of it Himachal and south of it Haryana. This is our road map, our template where you can remember. This is the princely state of Bahawalpur. The princely state of Bahawalpur now has a Bahawalnagar, Bahawalpur and Rahim Yar Khan. And you also note that some of the things I wrote, I didn't write the complete expansion. It's a Gujranwala, this is Sialkot, and this is Shikarpur district, and this is Lahore district. This is the Layalpur district. This is done intentionally because we want to bring the entire presentation knowledge almost like a single slide. But in case you want to know more and you stop the presentation at particular point and expand it, and as I say, you can understand it and you can correlate it. So this is the approach we have taken throughout our presentation. Suppose if you start listing entire expansions of the like all the 60 plus districts and so on, this will take the entire real estate or space here, and we cannot put further icons or images. And our more intention is bringing the knowledge in the iconographic form. So we have to balance between putting the matter so that the audience, by opening my page or presentation, immediately know what it is targeted, what they can get out of it by spending certain amount of time looking at listening to me. Moving forward, and excuse me, as I told, we have to take the British Punjab into a focal point or starting point. I will expand it further. The region is after the Khalsa Ranjit Singh's natural death in the summer of 1839, and annexation of Punjab in 1849. After anarchy, the British start by the time mapping entire India, geographic renal maps and so on. So they organized British very soon, the Lawrence brothers and the Board of Regency and Board of Administration and so on. They consolidated these districts initially. That's how it started. Of course, the districts, like political units, their geographical boundaries will change. Certain areas are added, certain areas are demitted from that, added to the neighboring district. All these things will be there. And that you have to keep in mind. That's why when I say is the Delhi division, sometimes it's all Haryana division. That means British Punjab has a 5 division. That's the starting point, you can say. Lahore division. Then we have Rawalpindi division and Multan division. These are the historic and very big cities. Then you come to the east side. We have Delhi division. That's also part of Punjab at that time. And we have Jalandhar division. That is a historic city of the ancient Punjab, Jalandhar or Jalandhar. So sometimes we'll see Delhi division or Haryana division, or even called Ambala division. So the names may be changing. That also you have to keep in mind when you look at the literature. So the 5 divisions of historic Punjab. Then we go to the Rawalpindi division. We have a Rawalpindi district here, and we have Attak district here. Attak district is the historic district. Entering from the Khyber Pass, you first cross the Attak into Punjab. The Attak district, Rawalpindi district, Jhelum district. Other historical district called Sargodha. Sometimes it is also called Shahpur district. You have Sargodha here, you have Kushab here, and that is Sargodha, Shahpur district or Sargodha district. Then next is Multan division. You have Multan district, the historic city, Mulastan or Multan. Then Muzaffargarh district here, east side of Sindhu river. Then upper side in the Thal region or Sindh Sagar Doab, we have Miyan Valley district. On the west side of river Sindhu or Indus, we have Dera Ghazi Khan district and Dera Ismail Khan districts. These are Trans-Indus districts, means if it's a Delhi, you are going here. These are Cis-Indus regions, this is Trans-Indus. And when the Khalsa Raj was legated or inherited by the British Sarkar, the Pashtun speaking districts were there across the Indus River. So you have a Hazara district, Peshawar district, Kohat district, Bannu district, Ismail Khan district, and Ghazi Khan district. So this is on the western side, and I think it's 1905 or so the Pashtun speaking districts were bifurcated and they were designated into a frontier province, that is Northwest Frontier Province. So we covered Rawalpindi Division, we covered Multan Division, we covered the princely state of Bawalpur, south of Sutlej River, or on the west side of Sutlej rivers. On the left side of Sutlej River. As you move like this, the left side, right side. Then we have the heartland of Punjab, the Lahore Division. We have Lahore Division, then the Shahiwal district. Lahore district, Shahiwal district is also called Montgomery district. It was named after a British governor of British Punjab, Lord Montgomery district. Then we have Layalpur district. Now it's called Faisalabad district. Layalpur district, Lahore district, Shahiwal district, Layalpur district, and Gujranwala district, the birthplace of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and his small area are called Misal at that time. It's like a small historic region, like we can say a mini kingdom. Then sometimes we can see Shikarpur district and so on and across. Then Amritsar district. As we move, we have Gurdaspur district, and Gurdaspur, Amritsar, Lahore, Shahiwal, Layalpur, Gujranwala, Sialkot district. Sometimes Gujarat district is also in the Lahore division. Sometimes we will see in the Rawalpindi division also. Anyway, Gujarat district here. This is about the predominantly Musalman inhabited regions. Next, coming to Kafir inhabited region. That's how Islam looks. It doesn't care about Kafir is a Hindu or Sikh or Jain or Buddhist or Christian or Yahoo, that is Yahudi, that Jews like that. So predominantly a Kafiri inhabited district. Divisions are Delhi division or Haryana division or Ambala division. So we have Gurgaon here, you have Delhi, you have Rohtak district, then we have Hisar district, a bigger district, like you have Sirsa here and Fatehab, I think Sirsa and Bhiwani and all those regions, Hansi and Hisar district. Rohtak district, north of Delhi, we have Karnal district, that Karnal and Panipat and Sonipat and so on. Then you have a historic Ambala district that at that time also had a part of Rupar district. Then this is about the Delhi division or Ambala division or Hisar division. Then we have the 5th division, Jalandhar division. We have Firozpur district, Jalandhar district, south of Sutlej river. We have Lahore, Ludhiana district. And in the Bist Doab we have Hoshiarpur district, and as we continue we get into Kangra district. At that time Kangra was Kangri speaking or eastern Pahadi speaking area, and it was under Jalandhar Doab, and Kangra district has a Kangra regions and Kullu regions and Lahul region and Spiti. These are across the Himalayan mountains. So those are about the standard British districts. Remember, when we talk about the British Punjab, we have British Punjab directly controlled these districts. I think is a reddish pinkish color it is, whatever it may be. Then we have the hill state, the the states agencies, like those are the plain states like Bahawalpur plain states and Patiala state, Jind state, Naba state, Lahore state, small like Thakuri type of things, and Jamindaris like Petaudi, Dujan and so on, and Khalsa. There are plains states and there are hills states, and the prominent hill states is like princely state of Chamba and princely state of Mandi, princely state of Bashar, that is the eastern part, now Kalpa and Kinnaur districts and so on. Then the Shirmur, and Simla itself was British brought it from the local rulers, and it was part of British controlled territory, because Simla also served as a summer capital of British viceroys, governor generals, and for some time Simla also served as a summer capital of British Punjab state. It moved from Lahore to Simla. Later they developed Murray within the territory, north of Rawalpindi, a hill station, and summer administration used to move there. So that's about Simla. So the British Punjab at that time has British Punjab, various states, agencies like hill states and plain states we covered, and residencies and so on. Now coming to the modern districts. After partition of Punjab in 1947, because Muslims said their religion doesn't allow them to live with the Kafirs, and they violently agitated, large-scale street riots. British wanted to get out of India, doesn't want to take any responsibility for governance, law and order, because British Prime Minister, His Majesty's Prime Minister, Lord Clement Attlee, already made up their mind, and Congress was totally lost, and the Coverdale's leadership was not aware what to do because of increasing street violence, Islamic violence and jihad and so on. Finally gave in, and partition occurred, and partition of India means partition of Punjab. When Punjab was partitioned, we can see these are the districts almost immediately that went to West Punjab. Muslim majority or Musliman majority districts. Now, these districts continued for a while, and essentially these are the British Punjab districts, essentially with slight modifications. We'll go over that, and if you remember, excuse me, these West Punjab districts, that will be more or less sufficient. That means you can be considered that you understand Punjab very well if you can articulate all these districts. I'm supposing if you live east of the Redcliff line, if you're in India, or living outside India, if you can tell them. Suppose if a resident of West Punjab, generally you study them, you know them pretty well. That's not the point we are making here. So now we are getting you details about the districts of West Punjab. This is the princely state of Bahawalpur, former princely state, south of Sutlej River. This is north of Sutlej River, and princely state of Bahawalpur joined Pakistan because it is a predominantly Nawab was Muslim, and predominantly population was also Muslims. Later it bifurcated into Bahawalpur district, Bahawalnagar district, and Rahimyar Khan district. This is adjoining to Thar Desert, and there is a Thar Desert there. They call it Cholistan, and they speak a type of Punjabi dialect called Riyasti or Bahawalpuri. Is a type of Seraiki type of dialect, close to Marwari and Thari and so on. Then we have the standard Rawalpindi division. We have Rawalpindi district, Attak district, and Jhelum district here, and Sargodha district, south of Pothohar region, Salt Range Mountains. We have Sargodha district or Shapur district. Sargodha here, and Kushab on the other side of Jhelum river. We have Gujarat district south of Jhelum River. Gujarat is different from Gujarat. Gujarat is a province or state in Bharat today that has a Gujarat plains and Kathiawad or Saurashtra region and Kutch region, Gujarat. That is different from Gujarat. The letter A is missing here. For the audience in India, it has to be very clear, so they should not get confused. Then we have historic Multan Division. I have shown this in one color, light blue color. Lahore Division in reddish color here. We have a Rawalpindi Division, so that it will be very clear, at least a bird's eye we will get. Multan Division has Muzaffargarh district, Dera Ghazi Khan district across the Sindhu River. Then the east of Sindhu River, Muzaffargarh district and Miyanwali district. That is about Multan Division, districts. Then historic, the heartland of Punjab is Lahore and the river Ravi. You have Lahore district. Then Shahiwal district, Montgomery district. Then in the Rechna Doab, we have a Layalpur district or Faisalabad district. And across the Ravi river, we have a Sheikhpura district. And Gujranwala district, the birthplace of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Then close to Jammu Kashmir, we have Sialkot district. It's a Gujarat district. A Jang district here. So Lahore division has Sialkot, Gujranwala, Sheikhpura, Layalpur and Jang. Of course, after partition, the Kafiri district, Kafiri people inhabited district of Amritsar and Gurdaspur detached and given to India. That is about the West Punjab districts. So we essentially took the British Punjab and we just added 3 more districts to the princely state of Bahawalpur so that you can easily remember. Then coming to East Punjab. So discussing of East Punjab gets a little more complicated because Punjab, when it was partitioned east of Ravi river, it is East Punjab. That's a very big region. It has a lot of princely states and so on. So after Punjabi Suba was formed in 1966 November, these are the districts that are consolidated. This map has more districts that is modern. That's why I am trying to balance between two. So let's go over the broader district so that you did not worry about the minor. We know the Gurdaspur district here and Amritsar district. This is Mazar region. This is the Beas river. This is Sutlej river. This is the Doab region. We have Jalandhar and Kapurthala and Hoshiarpur, and we already visited them before. So except this Kapurthala district. And then south of Sutlej river we have a Ludhiana district and Firozpur district. Firozpur, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Amritsar, Gurdaspur, Hoshiarpur. And princely state of Faridkot was made later. It's a Faridkot. Now we have Muktsar, Moga. I ignored it so that I made it one color so that you remember. It is Faridkot. Then the Malwa region you have Batinda, Shangrur. In Batinda at that time as Mansa also. So Batinda and Shangrur. This is the Patiala district. Now it is called Fatgarh Sahib district and so on. Later from Ambala they detached Ropar district. So essentially if you remember these districts in East Punjab, that will be generally sufficient for understanding Punjab. That is Amritsar, Gurdaspur, Jalandhar, Kapurthala, Hoshiarpur. In the south of Sutlej river in the Malwa and Powad regions, you have Ludhiana, Faridkot, Firozpur, Batinda and Shangrur in the Malwa region, western part, and in the Powad region, we have Patiala and Rupnagar. This is the union territory of Chandigarh. That is about the Purbi Punjab or East Punjab or a truncated Punjab. That part we covered. So we covered West Punjab, we covered East Punjab. Next we cover remember after the trifurcation of Punjab, Punjabi Suba agitation that was led by Akali Dal party, that is essentially Sikh majority province or state under the guise of Punjabi speaking, and the government of India conceded it. Mrs. Gandhi's administration in 1966 after Indo-Pak War of 65, it was agreed that Punjab was trifurcated into 3 provinces. South of Gaggar river, more or less Gaggar flows here, the seasonal river, that is Endorhik river, comes from the Sivalik mountains and merges into the Ganganagar district, Thar region or Marustali region. So we have seen the Haryana division or Delhi division or Ambala division as a part of British Punjab before. So essentially we first cover them and then we'll elaborate a little bit. That is the Hisar district here and Gurgaon district here and Delhi district and Rohtas district and Karnal district and Ambala district. Those are the standard districts in British Punjab's Ambala division. Then now they added in the Hisar, they added Bhiwani district, Fatehabad district. In the southern Gurgaon, the Medjala, Loharo and Nawab Patiala, Jind, those princely states, this is Mohendargarh district, and in Gurgaon district, south of Delhi is the Faridabad districts. Faridabad, Gurgaon, Mohendargarh, Rohtak and Sonipat district, and Jind district, and Kaital or Kurukshetra district or Thaneshwar district, where historic Battle of Tarain, Thaneshwar, was fought in 1192, where Prithviraj Chauhan, the ruler of Delhi, was defeated in the second war by the Islamic invader Muhammad of Ghor in the plains of Kurukshetra at Thaneshwar. So that is about the Haryana, the Hindi or Haryanvi or Western Hindi speaking or Bangar speaking area south of Gaggar river, that is Hisar district and Mohendargarh, Gurgaon, Faridabad, Rohtak, Sonipat and Karnal, Kaital, Ambala, Jind, Fatehabad and so on. So that is about the southern part of this Punjab that essentially represents the Delhi division or Ambala division or Haryana division. Now the eastern part, Pahadi part, mountainous part. So this is a little more complicated because the Himachal Pradesh formation is not a simple process. I will deal it some other time as a special topic. For first to be, there was a Chamba state and a princely state, Mandi state, and the Bashar state. They are all merged as a Himachal Pradesh or Himachal Union. Bilaspur was a separate province or a state for some time, and they merged it and became Himachal Pradesh, but still it was separated from Punjab's district of Kangra, that is Kangra, Kullu, Lahul and Spiti at that time. And after 1966 reorganization of Punjab, this is how it solidified as a Pahadi or speaking state and the eastern part of Dauladar mountains and Pirpanjal mountains and Himachal mountains or Himadris and Janskar mountains. So these are the districts that solidified after that. We can say the former Chamba district, British Punjab's district of Kangra, that is Kangra, Kulu, Lahul, Spiti now. Then the Bashar princely state became Kinau, that is a Kalpa is the headquarters. British already has a Simla small region, they enhanced its further Simla district. Princely state of Sirmur and Solan was added and Kalsia and so on. Bilaspur princely state. Then Yuna district, that is from Hoshiarpur, they detached Yuna Tehsil formed a district. Then the Mandi princely state here, Mandi district, and Hamirpur. From Kangra they bifurcated Hamirpur. And from Hoshiarpur they got Yuna, the princely state of Bilaspur and Solan. princely state of Sirmur, and enhanced Simla district, and Bashar state or Kinnaur district, Kangra, Kullu, Lahul and Spiti. That is in the Pahadi speaking areas of east part of British Punjab we talked about, those 12 districts and or so on. Finally, any discussion about Punjab districts will be incomplete if you do not talk about the Trans-Indus districts. That brings us today the final part of the Northwest Frontier Province districts. Here I have very brief districts here, that's easy to remember. Now there are nearly 25 to 30 districts in Pakhtunkhwa, so you may get lost if I show them in the beginning, it's not necessary. And if you remember these districts, that will form a solid foundation for further understanding of the Pashtun speaking areas, the western part of Punjab, that was in the Ilaka, in the territory of Sher-e Punjab, Maharaja Ranjit Singh. These are very easy to remember also. This is the Hazara district, this is the Jhelum River, Hazara district, this is the Hazara district, then Peshawar district, Peshawar Basin, then we have Kohat district here, then we have Khyber district here, historic Khyber Bas Khyber district, Kohat district, and we have Banu district, we have D.I. Khan. D.I.K. means Dera Ismail Khan. D.I.K. and Banu and Kohat district, Khyber district, Peshawar district, Hazara district. And these are indirectly governed tribal areas, also easy to remember. This is Waziristan district and this is Kurram district. You have Khyber here, north is Kurram, south is Waziristan, and here Bezaur district. Then we have Chitral district here and Dir. You can remember very easily. B is Bezaur, C is Chitral, that is bordering Afghania, D is Dir. Bezaur, Dir and Chitral, and other important district called Swat, west of Hazara district. That is about the frontier districts. Excuse me. So what did we cover today? Here I will again brief you so that it will be very clear to you. We talked about the 57, or I think you're more than 57 because the tribal areas I have not mentioned. So the district of West Punjab, East Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Northwest Frontier Province. The approximate districts 19, 12, 11, 9, 6 and so on, 57, not taking into consideration these yellow colored tribal areas. British Punjab was a directly governed districts and indirectly governed states, agencies, residencies, jamindaris, thekuris and so on. Plains states, hill states, all those things we covered. So West Punjab we covered 19 districts, that is in the southern part of Bahawalpur, princely states, district like Bahawalnagar, Bahawalpur, Rahim Yar Khan. That's why you see Rahim Yar Khan, Bahawalpur, Bahawalnagar. And British Punjab has 5 divisions and Rawalpindi division, Attak district and Rawalpindi, Attak district, Rawalpindi district, Jhelum district, H is missing here, and Shargoda district, that is Shahpur district. That has eastern side of Jhelum, we have Shahpur or Shargoda or Sharkot regions. Western side we have Kushab region. Then we have Mulastan division, that is Muzaffargarh, DZK, Dera Ghazi Khan district, Multan district and Jang district, that we covered. Then the Heartland division, Lahore division, the Lahore district, Lalpur district, Faisalabad district, Shahiwal district, that is Montgomery district, Shikarpur district, Sheikhpura, not Shikarpur, that is in Sindh, the northern part of Sindh, next to Jacobabad and Kandkot and so on. Sheikhpura, then Gujranwala, the homeland of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, then Sialkot district bordering Jammu region, then Gujarat district bordering Jhelum region, Jhelum river. That is at the Rawalpindi division and Multan division, Lahore division, East Punjab. Now we talked about in the Doab region, Gurdaspur district and Amritsar district, then the Ropar district and Bathinda and Shangrur, Patiala, Kapurthala, Jalandhar and Hoshiarpur, Firozpur and Faridkot. Then the Himachal region, then we talked about the Chamba district and Lahul and Spiti, Kinnaur and Kangra and Kulu and Mandi, and Hamirpur and Bilashpur, the capital Simla, and the western district of Solans, and southernmost district of Sirmur bordering Dehradun and Ambala. In the Haryanvi speaking area of southern part of British Punjab, that is Delhi division, we discussed the bigger Hisar district, then Mohindergarh and Gurgaon, that is a Faridabad at that time, Delhi region, west of Delhi Rohtak district, that is Jajjar and all those areas. The northern part, that is Sonipat district and Karnal district and Panipat, and Ambala, Jagadri and so on. Then finally we also covered the frontier province, Pakhtunkhwa or Pashtun region. The Hazara district and Peshawar and Kokhat, then Khyber, then Banu district and Dera Ismail Khan, and federally administered tribal areas are Chitral and Dir and Bazaur, and north of Khyber we have Khurram, and south of Khyber we have Waziristan, and eastern side we have Swat. That's what we discussed about today in broad. That means after this presentation, if you remember, or whenever we talk about anybody about Punjab, if you remember all these 60 districts and so on, you will be in firm footing to understand the events, economic, political, historical events, or any cultural events that happen in the land. That means whenever we talk about anything of any place, we all talk about a place, and if you don't remember all places, that is okay. At least if you remember the district, when you talk about that Kalabagh Dam is present close to the Mian Valley, you know where we are talking about. Tarbela Dam is present near Hazara region or Swat region, so you know what we are talking about, and so on. So we talked about those 57 districts of our fascinating journey of Punjab will continue further, and please subscribe our educational channel. And all these basic images I got mostly from the Google search or Wiki search, and most of these are from WHKMLA I have pointed here, and these drawings and further mappings are done by me based upon my understanding this, and will aim continuously to bring much more a deep knowledge of Punjab to our audience. And your comments, suggestions, criticisms are always welcome. Please post your criticisms, and also subscribe and encourage your people, your friends and colleagues that our educational channel for understanding. Thank you very much. This is J. Reddy, and we discussed as a part of our fascinating journey in the land of 5 rivers or 5 orbs. We talked about nearly 60 districts based upon taking British Punjab districts as our template. We discuss about the district of Pashchim Punjab, Purbi Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh. Thank you very much, and see you later.